Hi viewers, welcome to online classes DEO Nalgonda. In previous classes, I clearly discussed with you what is the sustainable development with equity and how to balance the environment with development. So today I am going to discuss with you what is the difference between development and environment. Actually, what is the development? The development sectors are lot of mean to say here agriculture sector, mining, quarrying, manufacturing, energy sector. These are the all sectors of developmental sectors. Here how to balance the development with the environment. First of all, I would like to discuss with you agriculture sector. Previously in olden days, we used to farm in organic farming way, but increasing of the population, we should meet the needs of the people, we should provide the food security to all the people in India. So, to improve the standards of living, to provide the food to all the people in India, the lot of innovations has adapted in agriculture sector. So, using the chemicals and fertilizers, improve the yieldings of the farming, that yielding should sufficient to the increasing population in India. It is one way it is correct, but using the chemicals, pesticides, insecticides, these are harmful to the environment, these are hazardous to the environment. So, we should initiate the organic farming without using the chemicals and pesticides, insecticides. So, what I mean to say organic farming, using of gobar material by which produced by the animal supplements. If we use the gobar material, then the yieldings are also high. Not only yieldings are high, but also the farming is improved, the yieldings are better results, and the soil is not destroyed, the soil erosion is not occurred in the farming, and we should maintain the environmental balance. That is the difference between environment development. So, we can balance the environment with the development. So, and mining also, quarrying, manufacturing, energy sector. So, here mining also one of the developmental sector. If we dig the mines, a lot of pollutions, emissions emitted into the air. So, that also cause a lot of environmental imbalance. It is hazardous to the environment. So, we should maintain the balance between environment and mining. Okay. Next one, quarrying also, manufacturing, energy sector. In manufacturing units are lot of there. What type of manufacturing units? Goods produced manufacturing units. So, because of this, we are using the innovative technology. So, because of using the innovative technology, we are using lot of techniques, innovative methods. Directly I can say that it is true, we are developing, we should meet the needs of the people, but that is indirectly that pollutions, emissions, it is destroying the environment. So, we should maintain the balance between the environment and development. Energy sectors also. What is the energy sector? Producing the electricity in India. But how to produce the electricity in India? We are using lot of projects, lot of techniques, lot of innovative methods are there. But burning the fossil fuels, coal, okay, we are producing a lot of electricity in the energy sector. Hydroelectrical projects, solar projects, thermal power plants, all these things are nothing but energy sector. It's okay, the increasing population, we requirement the lots of the people, we can satisfy the needs of the people, but keep in our mind we restore the natural resources to the next generation. If you destroying the natural resources, the next or upcoming generation became the crippled man. So we can't do anything after the total destruction of the society or environment. So what I can say, these are the developments of methods, different sectors, but we can balance the situation with the environment. So what we can say, agriculture sector you take, because of the increasing population, deforestation is going on. We are cutting the lot of forest in India, and it is used for agricultural farming. Okay, because of the deforestation, what is going on? Because of uncertainty, the balance between the environment and the development is damaged. So unexpectedly floods will come, unexpected rainfalls or natural calamities will occur. So these are the things is going to happen because of this reason. So we should control the deforestation also. The second one is soil erosion. So here the developments are there. The developments should balance with the environment. What is the soil erosion? We are using chemicals in a lot, countless, but gradually the soil is destroying. It is nothing but soil erosion. Rapidly it is destroying. So in future, whatever the fertilizers, insecticides, chemicals if you use, but the yieldings are not up to the mark. So the investments are being lost by the farmers. So should balance with the environment with the development, and lowering also groundwater. Okay, previous olden days we are using the irrigation system for only open wells, but afterwards the introduction of electrical motors. So we are digging the bore wells, tube wells and open wells also. We are using the electrical motors in a lot. So because of this, we are using excessive groundwater. So day by day the groundwater is depleting. The natural resources of the water is depleting day by day. So sometimes the calamities will come. Actually, untimely, if it rains, the rainwater absorbs, or the earth absorbs the water into the inner layer of the earth. So we should maintain the balance between the development and environment. So what I mean to say here, lowering groundwater. Almost all the farmers are that making tube wells up to 600, 500 meters also. How the water is discharged? If it rains properly, then the water only discharged. The discharging water through the tube wells, by using the electrical motors, the water will come up. The farmers are using the groundwater. So should maintain the balance between groundwater as well as with the environment. Next, pressure on grazing land. It is also destroying the environment. The sheep, the animals, whatever it may be, the animal wealth for farming is very important. Definitely it's true, but we are using the fodder also. For this purpose, we are cutting the forest in a lot, and pressure on the grazing land also. Day by day, the forest balance is destroying, and the living organisms or the species totally disappeared. Okay, recently we observed that some of the tigers and also monkeys and living organisms, some of the species come to the society and they are roaming in the streets and towns in India. It is very dangerous situation because the animal wealth is very important, but we are destroying the forest, grazing of the lands totally. How they can live without shelter in the forest? So the animal wealth is coming to society, I mean where we are living for existence. So we should control the situation, otherwise our life will be endangered in futures also. Our life means we, not ours. What we can say, next generations. So, what is the sustainability? Again, I will repeat this here. What is sustainability? Sustainability means a better quality of life for everyone, not our generations, for our generations also, the upcoming generations also. Our responsibility is nothing but we should provide good environment to the next generations, cleanliness water, without polluting the air, without damaging the earth soils. So, that is the sustainability. So, damaging the environment, our natural resources, we should maintain the balance in between the development environment. The upcoming generations also enjoy their lives and they live a healthy, wealthy life in future. Okay, so what I can say, we should differentiate what is development and what is environment, and how to maintain the balance between environment with the development. And here, what is going on in Kerala, one hazardous situation is happened. What is that? One of the best writer here, Rachel Carson, in 1962, a book of Silent Spring, he wrote very clearly, the spraying of DDT in the fields and it reaches to the spray, it reaches to the water levels, sea levels, the sea, in the sea or in the water and in the rivers, the fishes are living. So, if the fishes are take this water, the species gradually disappeared and the species life also become endangered. Lot of fishes are died in that situation, and not only that, the fishes who live as a human beings we are taking for food, but we also faced a lot of difficulties and health problems. Okay, so many people became crippled, so many people lives has been spoiled because of spraying of DDT. So, in the fishes, not only that, the birds, the insects also which takes this water are plucking the grass in that areas. So, that problems also very dangerous to the birds, insects and fishes. And one more thing, endosulfan. Already I said in the beginning very clearly, because of the increasing population, we should need a lot of food products, vegetables, fruits, paddy, wheat, millets, such kind of things we should be needed according to the culture and tradition of the area. It's okay, it's true. So, one more major problem is nothing but the population is increasing a lot compared with our needs. So, the government should satisfy the needs of the people in India. It's nothing but common minimum program, food, shelter and cloth is nothing but. For everyone this, the government should satisfy the needs of the people. The government of India planned to increasing the yieldings of the food products. So, here in some of the areas in Kerala, government with the help of the central government, they sprayed a lot of endosulfan in that area for cashew nuts to meet the needs of the people, but indirectly it became hazardous and endangered to the human beings, birds and insects. Almost all, more than 3,000 people became crippled, I mean they died with cancer, and the rest of the people they are facing lot of health problems. So, the Supreme Court in India gave order immediately to control and using endosulfan. So, after controlling the endosulfan, after controlling the endosulfan, after avoid the endosulfan, the people became to existence and they live happily, healthy, wealthy life in that area. So, these situations, what is going on? Development is one positive way, it's okay. We are using technology, innovative methods and increasing population, modernization, urbanization, industrialization, all these the sectors of the development. It's okay, it's true. We should need the development, but we should maintain the eco-friendly and ecological balance in between the nature and development. Okay, lot of movements protest against the environment. Here already I said very clearly the Silent Spring, Rachel Carson in 1962, and Narmada Bachao Andolan. The Narmada Bachao Andolan is nothing but one of the major river project, and around across 3000 projects in Narmada river. Okay, we are constructing the project or dam, it's okay. It will be helpful to the lot of people in that area for farming, for agriculture. Previously, only one crop is growing in the days, but after constructing the dam, we can use the water and we can use the double cropping, multiple pattern of cropping, it's okay. But what about their lives of the people in the forest area? More than half of the million people, their lives will be destroyed if the project is going on in construction way. Not only that, and 3000 projects are constructing in all those ways. More than half of the million people, they became helpless. So the government should provide the employment for them. The government should provide the resources for them. The government should provide the houses for them. The government should altering the needs of the people in that area. Then the government should approach and move on the project. So one of the farmer, he wrote the letter to the farmer name is Mavalyaji, Deva Mavalyaji. He wrote the letter to the Madhya Pradesh farmer CM Digvijay Singh ji to control and avoid this project. Okay, it's true. So many protests against basis of this project, against this project. Narmada Bachao Andolan. This project movement is called Narmada Bachao Andolan, and one of the environmentalists, Medha Patkar, come forward and started the movement, and it spread across total India. So this is the one best example who protests the movements against the environment of damaging. So what we can say, eco-friendly environment. We should maintain the eco-friendly environment. Eco-friendly environment means the friendly environment without disrupting the natural resources, without depleting the natural resources. So promoting the organic farming, it must and should. Promoting the organic farming, it's must and should, by using natural resources, natural pesticides, natural insecticides. Then that approach and method is very perfect and improve the yieldings also without causing the soil erosion. And not only that, using sprays, endosulfan, DDT, using chemicals, pesticides, insecticides also. This is hazardous to the human beings also, the farmers also. And one more thing, promoting millets also. Compare with paddy, wheat, all those things, the millets, 5-6 type of millets are there. Samalu, Arikalu, Korralu, Udalu, and etc. etc. So these are the millets. It's very important and high energetic, high nutritious compared with wheat and paddy, and they are using or consuming the least water and the least fertilizers and chemicals also. Then the balance will be maintained in between the environment and development. Okay. So in Jahirabad district, in Medak district, Jahirabad Mandal, the farmers merged as one society. They started Deccan Development Society and consuming organic farming, they started organic farming and they consuming a grain bank. They formed as a one community, they started the grain bank like that, likewise PDS system, public distribution system like ration card system. They are all maintaining the public distribution system. They are having the ration cards. How much they needed, they will kept for them the feeding. After that, they purchase in the market as a society. And benefits of that farming, the system getting all collectively. That is the community farming, they started the grain bank like that PDS system. Okay, here organic farming, promoting millets, and one society come forward, and that is nothing but Deccan Development Society, and enlighten the needs and balance between the environment and development. And here what I can say, protest movements. Why the protest movements occurred? Why these protest movements occurred? Because of damage in the environment. And the central government as well as the state government recently started the lot of eco-friendly environment project. The rivers are filled with industrial emissions, chemicals, pesticides, insecticides. So the central government of India recently started the river Ganga basin cleaning project, and the government should promote the using drinking bottles, drinking water bottles, and cleaning projects, maintain the balance between the environment and development, and should encourage the solar system. Nowadays the vehicles are running by diesel and petrol, that is nothing but fossil fuels. Instead of that, after that, the fossil fuels also after some years they are depleting. But how can we get the energy? Then we should think over ourselves. We should start the friendly movement. We should use the solar system, and electrical vehicles also introduced nowadays. The Telangana project also, the government of Telangana encouraged the industrialist to start the electrical vehicles in a lot in throughout surrounding Hyderabad area. So the government as well as the state governments, central government, self-organizations, the people, educationalists, environmentalists, all over they think that what about our future generations? What is going on? If it is continuously happen, what about our future? Is a development? Without balancing the environment, is a development? Okay, we should think over ourselves. So we should use electrical vehicles instead of fossil fuel vehicles, and we should encourage the solar system, and it's nothing but alternative resources. What we are using and what we are consuming now, that should be avoided itself. We can introduce the latest innovative methods and techniques, then our lives will be fruitful. Not only that, we should live happy, healthy, wealthy life, and upcoming generations also, we store the good, healthy, wealthy life, and that the India will be not developing country, India will be developed country. So this is the sustainable development with the equity. Okay, the lesson will be over. Okay, we will meet in next classes. Thank you one and all.